Oh, time for the predictions.
Quick reminder of my numbers. Not very good last time out. 4 out of 10. That takes us to 51% on the season. You know who was good though? Roberto Hollis. He was the top predictor on the comments in the last video, and we'll stick him somewhere in the corner. Congratulations, Roberto Hollis. On today's video, we have, of course, my week 10 predictions. Then we're going to figure out whose shot attempt made it to space, why Bruno is dancing in spandex, Everton shuffle, Burnley apology, the dreadful one, and then, of course, I'll give you my match of the week. So, stay tuned for that. Everton versus Leeds. What a match. What a match, especially for the neutral. Now, the gang is back in attack. That's right, DCL leads the league in goals. Richarlison is back from injury. James is looking good once again. It must feel very good to be Everton at the moment. Now, Leeds, I felt, were unlucky to draw versus Arsenal. They created lots of chances. They had a mad advantage, thanks to Pepe. I just don't think Bielsa knows his strongest 11 just yet. I think he's still experimenting. Everton will score 2 goals. Leeds will score 1 goal. My math is a bit rusty. I think 2 is greater than 1, I believe. Yeah, 2 is greater than 1. Everton, I think, get all 3 points here. Match of the week. Yes, match of the week. Tottenham, Chelsea. It's always a must-watch when 2 top 6 teams go at it. Now, recently, Mason Mount on Instagram posted that he was speechless, going from the academy to having his own mural outside Stamford Bridge, which is impressive. It's cool, but Dele Alli also has his picture sketched on a bathroom stall inside the Spurs Stadium. So that's fine work by you, Gary, but please find a job and feed the kids. Both clubs look extremely good last weekend, and this looks, believe me, this looks like a really tough prediction. Spurs to win it 3-2. West Brom versus Sheffield United, or better known as the Rubbish Derby. Oh boy, number 19 versus number 20. I mean, if you flip the table around, you could pretend it's a title race, maybe. I don't know. This one will end in a very boring 1-1 draw. West Ham versus Aston Villa. Now, in front of you, this is Villa's last 4 matches. And what this tells me, more than anything, is Arsenal are truly a banter club. Now, Jack Grealish recently tweeted, VAR equals LMFAO. Now, if you don't know what LMFAO is, basically it stands for Lost Many Forward Attacking Opportunities. Now, I don't know what VAR has to do with that, Jack, but if you want to blame someone, blame Trezeguet. This guy was blasting shots over the ball all match long.
Go for it! Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
I don't claim to be a footballing expert, but if you're having trouble hitting the target, why don't you just turn on shot aim assist in the settings? Don't make it harder than it has to be, my friend. I think Ross Barkley being out injured for Villa hurts them. This is going to end in a draw 2-2. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. Now, if we're talking strictly the physical buildings, a palace and a castle, they have lots of similarities. They tend to get attacked frequently, and they're just, they just sort of stand there motionless. No creativity, very boring, which is not too far off the clubs themselves. Now, Newcastle supporters, I think they had just about enough of Steve Bruce as manager. I think the club has to sack him or he has to leave. I think Palace wins this one 3-0. Southampton Saints versus Manchester United. As a Manchester United supporter myself, watching Man United attempt to play football versus West Brom, it put me to sleep. I'll be honest. I fell asleep around, I think it was the 38th minute, and then woke up around the 70th minute when we were up, I believe. Now, it's concerning to me. It's concerning to me how much penalties and VAR are keeping United afloat. There's not much joy and happiness in the club at the moment, except maybe for Bruno. You should see his reaction whenever he misses a penalty, knowing full well that he's going to get a retake. Manchester City versus Burnley. Now, here's the last 6 matches between these two in all competitions. Now, let me just point your attention to 6 out of 6 wins for City, 23 goals to Burnley's 1, and 3 5-0 results. This one's not so hard to predict. Burnley are just City's punching bag. Pep was outcoached by Jose last week, and I don't see Sean Dyche doing the same at all. City win big, 4-0. Brighton versus Liverpool. Impressive win by Klopp versus Leicester, and they won 3-0 with Milner at right back, Fabinho at center back, and Curtis Jones in midfield. I hope it's common knowledge that Klopp is the better manager than Pep, and it's not even close. Fortunately for City, it's nothing that another £1 billion won't fix. And fortunately for Liverpool, they get all 3 points versus Brighton, 3-1. Leicester versus Fulham. Now Fulham's penalty troubles continue. Now someone mentioned in my last video that it seemed like an accidental slip by Cavaleiro, except the man was attempting a no-look penalty. I kid you, I can't make this up. I cannot make this stuff up. A couple weeks after Lookman embarrasses himself attempting the Panaka, Cavaleiro thinks, hey, hey, a no-look penalty here? Yeah, of course, why not? I think Leicester wins 2-0 versus hopeless Fulham. Last matchup of the video, Arsenal versus Wolves. Now I left this one last because these two teams honestly have disappointed me this season. I had high hopes. Well, I wouldn't say high hopes. I just had hopes for these two clubs, but they have disappointed me and they've let me down. I think this one's going to end in a 1-1 draw. Very quickly, my EPL man of the week is Jose Mourinho. The perfect setup versus City. Instant impact substitution by him. Spurs are top of the league. Congratulations to Jose Mourinho. And boom, those are my picks. This is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Leave your predictions in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.